We welcome you to another edition of HTBL Baseball. Big Paulie coming to you. And we're going to play everybody's 24th game today. Our game will be Kansas City at Texas, and then we'll decide what we're going to do with our next game as soon as it's done. Looking like Montreal and Philadelphia may be making an appearance on our next game. Yeah, Montreal and Philadelphia. That's our plan right now. But let's go over what happened in everybody's 23rd game, which was played May 1st in the game timeline. It was the Rays getting an inside the park home run, a leadoff inside the park home run from Pete Browning, as I forgot to put my popcorn away that I keep under the computer table. They defeated Toronto 7-0. It was Weimer 3-0 over Waring 2-4. Aaron 2-for-4. He his third homer, and he doubled. But the leadoff inside the park home run is something you don't see all that much, so we note it. The Red Sox 3-1 over the Indians. Young 2-4. Feller 1-4. And Stanley went 2-for-3 in his first home run. Detroit 8-5 over the O's. Larry 2-3, Russi 4-2, Cobb 2-for-4, two triples. The Marlins lose to the Reds 5-1. Rixey 4-1. Powell is now 0-6. Joe Morgan 2-for-2, a homer, his eighth, and he stole two bases. In the Battle of the Keystone State, it was the Phillies losing to the Pirates 3-2. Kent Tekulve got the win. Alexander the loss, his first, 5-1 now. Carey 3-for-4, a stolen base. The Nats 9 and the Braves 5. Kilroy was there, 4-2. Necro loses 2-4. Dale Murphy had a big game, 4-for-5 and a double. The Mets nipped the Expos 9-8. Kuzman 2-3, Morris 0-5, Darryl Strawberry 2-for-4, 2-for-3, two homers, and three RBIs. And I can hear him say, as he once said to me at Al Lang Stadium in 1995, "Yeah, kid, sure." Cubs 7, excuse me, not the Cubs, the White Sox 7 and the Yankees 2, Walsh 4-1, Guidry 3-2, Jeter 2-for-4 in his third home run. The Royals over the Rangers 8-7 and 10. Quisenberry picks up his first win, 1-0. Mickey Welch 2-4. I think that's Mickey Welch. Could it be Bob Welch? I don't know. Gonzalez 2-for-5, his fourth home run and a triple to go along with that. The A's 6-4 winners over the Browns. Hunter 2-3, Newsom 2-3, Kotze 2-for-2, two doubles. No, I did not make that up. The Mariners 3-2 over the Twins. Langston 4-2 over Hecker 2-4. Killebrew 2-for-2, two doubles. The Angels 5-4 winners over the Astros, who are struggling at 8-15, and I'm sure a lot of you will be pleased by that. LaRoche 1-0, Plank 1-4, Dickie Fawn 2-for-4, a homer, his first, and two RBIs. Cubs 7, Padres 3, Jenkins 2-3, Cheeseborough 4-2, or Chesborough, however you pronounce it. Ernie Banks 2-for-2, a homer and a double. The homer was his fourth in 10. Brewers 4, Dodgers 3, Hutchinson over Spillner. Hutchinson 4-1, Spillner 0-2. Fielder 2-for-5, and his third home run. I'm assuming that was Prince Fielder. The Rockies 7-2 over the Diamondbacks. Radbourne 3-2. Heron is 1-3. Howard 2-for-4, his fourth home run. And the game that you saw here last on the HTBL broadcasts, it was the Cardinals 5-1 winners over the Giants. Crothers goes 5-0. Gaylord Perry 1-5, and Kenny Boyer went 4-for-4. So that'll bring us to today's game, which, as I told you, is going to be the Royals at the Dome at Globe Life Park in Dallas, taking on the Rangers. And here you see the setup. And I'll set the... wait a minute, I did this wrong, folks. I'll set the computer lineup for San Francisco. It doesn't matter. I should be playing Texas.
Pitching for Texas, Charlie Huff.
Charlie Huff will take the mound for Texas, but I got it wrong. I should be controlling Texas, and the computer should be controlling Kansas City, since I always control the home team. So we fixed that error. Bright field, isn't it? Globe Life Park in Dallas, Texas. Maybe they put this. Maybe they superimposed this park grass in. Maybe when the photo was taken, it wasn't ready. Who knows? We'll go through the lineup for Kansas City. Offerman at second, leading off. Eisenreich in right. That's second. George Brett bats third in and plays third base. Beltran, the center fielder, bats fourth. Lou Piniella, Sweet Lou is the left fielder. He bats fifth. Al McRae, the DH, hits sixth. Campanella is your catcher, batting seventh. Keep in mind, he was a Brooklyn Dodger. The photo has the mound and the home plate covered. Ugh. Well, anyway, we're just going to have to make do. Graffinino at first base bats eighth. Escobar is at short, batting ninth. Liebrandt can go 110 pitches. He is your pitcher. The defensive alignment for the Rangers. Greer is a 7 and a 3 in left field, a 7 range and a 3 arm. Marlon Byrd is a 7 and a 6 in center. Juan Gonzalez is a 4 and a 4 in right. Buddy Bell is a 9 at third. Huey Jennings is a 7 at short. Julio Franco, in there for his bat, I would assume, because he's a 4 at second base. Napoli is a 7 at first. Behind the dish, it's Ivan Rodriguez, a 10 and a 7. And Howe has a 7 range, can go 120 pitches. And his fielding percentage, 893. So far on the season, Howe, 440, a 2-2 record, 28 and 2/3 innings pitched, 20 hits given up, 3 homers, 15 walks, 15 Ks. Leading off is Offerman, 298 on the year, no homers, 13 ribbies. Now just assume the tarp over the pitcher's mound and home plate is not there. That's the K for Howe, his first of the game. Jim Eisenreich, 200 on the year. He's had 100 bats even, no homers and 8 ribbies. Grounder to second. Franco, did it get by him? Well, I think it did. They will give him the error on that play. And Eisenreich moves to first base. George Brett, 408. Game average should be 332, but he's doing above himself right now. 2 homers and 14 ribbies. Ball 4. So Kansas City with a threat on in the first. Here's Beltran. Beltran is 304, 3 homers and 15 ribbies. And that's going to be a duck snort for a base hit. Eisenreich's going to score, and it's 1-0 KC. Lou Piniella, 329, a homer and 9 RBIs on the season thus far. And this is a grounder. That's a base hit to right. They got no shot at Brett realistically, only 27%, and it's 2-0 Kansas City. Al McRae, 323, a homer and 16 ribbies. So he's a run producer. Ball 4, and the bases will be full of Royals for Roy Campanella, 225 on the year, no homers and 3 ribbies. 2 walks already for Charlie. Here's the pitch. That's hit to center. How far back will it go? Bird catches it at the warning track, and they got no real shot at Beltran. He will score. Run conceded, and it's 3-0. So Kansas City off to a good start in their first frame. Tony Graffinino, 182, a homer and 6 RBIs. That's a base hit. No, not a base hit. Napoli got to it and had enough time to get to the bag for the putout.
Charlie
Liebrandt will pitch for Kansas City. Let's go through the Texas lineup. Jennings at shortstop leads off. Franco at second is your 2-hitter. Rodriguez catching, your 3-hitter. Cleanup is Greer at left. Juan Gonzalez, right fielder, batting 5th. Buddy Bell is your 3rd baseman, batting 6th. Young is the DH, batting 7th. Bird, your center fielder, 8th. And Napoli at first base is your number 9 hitter. Who put these lineups together? Charlie Liebrandt on the year, 418, 3-0. Can go 110 pitches today, we think. 28 innings pitched. 36 hits, 3 homers, 6 walks, 12 Ks. His whip and his average is above his average pace, doing a little worse than it should. Whip of 1.500, and the opponent's hitting 316 against them. Huey Jennings leading off for Texas, 287, 2 homers, and 5 RBIs. Grounder to third, Brett Graffinino, first out. Franco, 239, 2 homers, and 14 RBIs. Played in the major leagues until his early 50s. It's a grounder to Offerman. He throws over to Graffinino, and there's 2 quickly gone in the Texas first inning. Ivan Rodriguez, 264, 3 homers, 18 ribbies. Hit to the shortstop, Escobar. Over the first side, retired 1-2-3 style for Texas in the first. After 1, it is 3-0. Nothing like cheese and cheddar and white cheese popcorn from Walmart. Good stuff. At least to my taste buds. Alcides Escobar is your new Kansas City hitter to lead off the second. He has a 296 average. No homers, 10 ribbies. He's stolen 3 bases. And Jennings could not find a handle on that, and Escobar is going to be awarded second base on the error. So, second error of the game for Texas. Runner at second, nobody out for Offerman. Jose Offerman, 295 on the year, no homers and 13 RBIs. Well, we already said that because he batted it in the first. So he's 0 for 1. Grounder, that's going to drop for a base hit. Greer's going to... No, he's not going to dive for it. He's going to play it safe. They throw to third. They could not get Escobar there. A single for Offerman. And he has gone 1 for 2 to start the game. Eisenreich is 0 for 1. That's hit to left center. That drops for a base hit. And Howe is having all kinds of trouble getting outs. 4 hits, 4 runs. Runner scored on that last play, which was Escobar. And it's 4-0. Kansas City off to a flying start. George Brett back up. No at-bats officially because he walked in the first inning. Grounder. That's a base hit to left. It's 5-0 as Offerman comes in. And now you got to wonder when you hook Charlie Howe here. His time's got to be getting near. Beltran is 1 for 1. Ball 4. And Lou Piniella stepping in with the bases loaded, 1 for 1. And that's a grounder to the shortstop. I do not throw home, although I should have brought my infield in. We're going to try to get the double play. Out there. No out there. So it was a 6-4 fielder's choice. 6-0 now as Eisenreich scores. Well, let's see. With 1 out, we'll go corners in for McRae. Grounded to the shortstop, Jennings. Got to try to get the double play here. Oh, they're going to go for home. I hit the button by accident. And they get him. McRae safe at first. And the score remains 6-0. And here's Roy Campanella. 2 outs now. Top of the second. Kansas City blowing the doors off already. Jennings will go to the second for the force. Side retired. 3 runs in for Kansas City in the second. It's 6-0. Rusty Greer, 215, no homers, 12 RBIs. Grounder to the shortstop, Escobar, and he boots it. And Greer will get to second base. First error of the game for KC. Both shortstops now have errors. Juan Gonzalez, 239 on the year, 4 homers, 16 RBIs. Texas needing something big here. That's a base hit to left. We're going to hold Greer at third. Buddy Bell stepping in. 195 on the year. 41 at bats though, so he's had limited playing time. No homers and 2 RBI. That's a grounder to third. We're going to send Greer. Kansas City goes for the double play, and they get it. And the run scores to make it 6-1. Michael Young, 313 on the year, a homer, and 11 RBIs. A special hello to everybody at the Big Polly's World of Sports Sims Facebook group. I did a poll yesterday about the Olympics coming up. I'm recording this July 20th. There is doubt whether or not the Olympics are going to go forward, and I thank you all for participating in the poll. I'm kind of interested in that myself, whether or not the Olympics will go on as planned, because they're getting to Tokyo and they're finding a whole bunch of COVID cases. So, not to be Debbie Downer, but that's exactly what's happening as I record this on July 20th. Neil Armstrong Day, as I heard Uncle Ron say today, and maybe someday they'll call it Jeff Bezos Day, thanks to the successful launch and landing of the Blue Origin New Shepard. But anyway, back to the surreal life of Action PC Baseball. It's Young stepping in, 313, a homer, 11 ribbies, in case you didn't catch it earlier, and that's the third out for Texas in their second. We have played two. It is 6-1 Royals. Graffinino 0 for 1. And that's to Franco over to Napoli for out number 1. I want to try to get Howe some more work. If he gives up any more runs, I'm going to pull him. Escobar 0 for 1. To Howe over to Napoli. That was a 1-3 put out. Offerman is 1 for 2. Foul ball. So they'll do it again. Full count. Big money pitch coming here. Ball 4, Offerman getting aboard. Walk number 4 for Howe. He has 19 walks now and 16 Ks on the season. Eisenreich, 1 for 2. That's going to be a base hit. And Offerman gets the third base. So runners at the corners with 2 outs. And George Brett's always a handful. 4-17 now. He's hit 1 for 1 today. Hit to right, but a... Thank you. Count is now 1-2. Popped up. Napoli. It evades him. A foul ball. So Brett gets another swing at it. 1-2 pitch. Hit well to center. But how well? Bird at the warning track. He makes an error. And Brett's going to get to second. That's error number 3 for the Rangers in just 3 innings. Bird could not handle that fly ball on the warning track. A run scored, which was Offerman, and it is 7-1, an unearned run. And it's time to figure out who we're going to bring in for Texas. The closer is Cordero. So we need to find a guy who can pitch here in bulk. And my option here is Bill Cottle, who, let's note, just passed away last week as I record this game on July 20th. Cottle will come in favor of Howe in the third inning, 11.25 ERA, 0-1, 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 homer, 4 walks, 4 Ks. But he has the better numbers, at least in terms of the game averages and what they should be. Beltran is 1 for 1. This is hit well to right. High and deep. And gone. Home run, Beltran. And that makes it 10-1, Kansas City. We will look at that pitch again. And that was a moonshot for Beltran. That went 355. I think that went a little farther. Almost past the first wave of stands down here. And a round tripper for Beltran, and it is 10-1. Lupinella stepping in, 1 for 2. That's hit well to left, but Greer should get to it, and he does. Makes a great play. And finally, the side retired for Kansas City, but they have now had 3 in the first, 3 in the second, 4 in the third for a 10-1 lead. Bird stepping in, and Bird is the 8 hitter. So let's go through his stats. 250 on the year, no homers, 3 ribbies. And that's a grounder to left center for a base hit, and Bird is aboard. Napoli seems to be an odd place for him as a first baseman to be batting ninth. 128 on the year. Ooh, no homers, 3 ribbies. And Napoli hits this to center. Beltran should get to it. He does. And that's out number 1. And we're not going to move Bird. Very low odds of getting over the second. Jennings back up. 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded to third. Over to Offerman to get the force at second. And now 2 outs for Julio Franco. He is 0 for 1. Grounded to Escobar. Over to Offerman. Side retired. We've played 3. And this one's a blowout early, folks. It is 10-1. McRae stepping in. He is 0 for 1 on the day. And this is going to be a base hit. That is base hit number 8 for the Royals today. But somehow they've managed to get 10 runs so far. And the onslaught might continue with Roy Campanella up. He is 0 for 1. Hit well to center, but Bird coming in for it. He's got it. First out recorded. Graffinino is 0 for 2. Napoli will go to the first base bag unassisted for out number 2. And McRae moves to second base. Here is Alcides Escobar, 0 for 2. He struck out. And a quiet inning for a change for the Royals. They score nothing, and they'll have to like it. 3.5, 10-1 Royals. Rodriguez is 0 for 1. Grounded to the second baseman Offerman. He throws to Graffinino, first out. Lebrandt's had it very easy so far in this game, only 42 pitches. That's going to bring up Greer. He's only faced 12 batters, too. 0 for 1. And we have an injury in right field. An injury in right field. That's going to be a base hit for Greer. And De Jesus has been summoned. Eisenreich got hurt, so De Jesus will play right. He is in 6 with a 6 arm. See if the Rangers can capitalize on this. Here's Juan Gonzalez. 1 for 1. Foul. And the count goes 2-2. We'll go through the Jesus' stats when he comes up. And he would be the next hitter. Actually, he'd be the second hitter for KC in the 5th. 10-1, Royals leading. Grounder to third. Brett quickly fires over to Graffinino, and he gets the out there. That brings up Buddy Bell, who is 0 for 1 today. That's a base hit. Run will score, which was Greer, and it's 10-2. Young up, 0 for 1. Grounded to third. They'll get the force at second, and KC gets out of the inning. So the Rangers pick up another run, but they're going to need some crooked numbers to get back in this game. We have played 4. It is 10-2 Kansas City. Offerman 1 for 2 on the day. Cottle still in. He's at 32 pitches. His EPC as a reliever is 80. Struck out Offerman. Now we could give you the stats on David De Jesus. He has had 5 at-bats so far in the year, a 200 hitter. No homers, no ribbies. 1 for 5 in this season. K number 3 and 2 in a row for Bill Cottle. George Brett now hitting .411. He's 1 for 2 today. Franco Napoli 4-3. And again, Kansas City fails to score for a second inning in a row. Midway through, it's 10-1. 10-2, I beg your pardon, in favor of KC. Bird is 1 for 1. Escobar quickly over to Graffinino, 1 out. Napoli is 0 for 1. Skies it to left. but right to Piniella for out number 2. Back to the top of the order, it's Jennings who is 0 for 2. They're batting around the 3rd time. KC's batting around the 4th time. Up the middle, Escobar, great play over to Graffinino, and the side retired in the 5th for Texas. We have played 5, 10-2 Royals. Beltran now 2 for 2. He struck out K number 4 for Bill Cottle, who has now pitched 2 2/3 innings of relief. Piniella is 1 for 3. That's K number 5 for Cottle, and again, the second stint where he's had 2 in a row. That brings up Hal McRae. Can Cottle strike out the side? No. A sharply hit base hit to left that goes all the way to the wall, and that's double number 10 for Hal McRae. Roy Campanella 0 for 2. Confab on the mound. The pitch. It's popped up. Bell and Jennings. It's going to be Bell with the put outside, retired. Bottom of the 6th now. And Julio Franco, it is still a 10-2 game. Lebrand's at 76 pitches. So the first baseman, Graffinino, had enough range to get to first base unassisted for the out. Bringing up Ivan Rodriguez, who is 0 for 2. Hit well to left. And it's going to be off the wall. And Rodriguez goes to second with a double. Greer is 1 for 2. Strike 3 called, which leaves it up to Juan Gonzalez, who is 1 for 2 on the day. And that's another K for Lebrand. Should have enough for Cottle to get through the inning. He's at 63 pitches. The Royals leading going into the 7th, 10-2. Graffinino is 0 for 3. Foul ball. Had to be. And we'll do it again. A 1-2 count. To the shortstop. Great play by Jennings. He throws to Napoli for the first out. Bringing up Escobar. Escobar is 0 for 3. His batting average now down to... Suddenly my eyes are having trouble focusing. 286. Strike 3 called. K number 6 for Bill Cottle. Jose Offerman, 1 for 3. Popped up to Bird. And this time he does get to it. Stretch time. And off we go. Big Polly coming to you for this last part of today's game. It's been a laugher so far. Kansas City 10 and Texas 2. 10-9-1 for KC, 2-5-3 for Texas. Lebrand has gone the distance. It's been Howe and Cottle so far, and I'll probably bring in somebody to relieve for Cottle in the 8th inning. And this has been a blowout with Kansas City getting on the board 10 times in the first 3 innings. 3 in the first, 3 in the second, 4 in the third. Buddy Bell coming in. He's 1 for 2. The 7th inning stretch, by the way, is my little homage to Ron Juckett, who does it just about the way I do it. He is doing his 1949 replay. I'll be curious to see who wins the National League between Brooklyn and St. Louis. Bell is 1 for 2. We told you that already. It's a 1-2 count. Offerman to Graffinino for out number 1. Young is 0 for 2. That's a base hit to right. That is hit number 6 in the game for Texas. Bird coming in, he's 1 for 2. See what Marlin can do. Little confab here between Leibrandt and Campanella. That's a base hit to left center. And I'm going to leave Young at second.
Pitching for Kansas City, Buddy Black.
And that's enough for Leibrandt. And Napoli's going to come in and face Bud Black. Black is 21.60 ERA. Ouch. No record, 5 innings pitched, 15 hits, 3 homers given up, 4 walks and 6 Ks. But he hits, the average against lefties is 229, as righties it's 262. But so far in game, his opposing batting average is 500. Napoli 0 for 2, and that's a walk. Can Texas get back in this game? Huey Jennings 0 for 3 as the Rangers bat around a 4th time. Brett over to Offerman, and that gets to Force at second base. So Texas scored a run. That was not the third out. That was not the third. It was Philadelphia-Miami all over again. I called the out too quickly. So a runner scored on the grounder. It's 10-3, and I apologize for that, folks. Franco is 0 for 3. And this time it goes to Graffinino, and he steps on the first base bag unassisted. So Texas did pick up a run, despite my missed call. And it's 10-3. Kansas City only out hitting Texas 9-7, but there's a 7-run difference in the game. Cottle is tiring, and I told you we were going to bring in a new pitcher here. We have lefty switch hitter coming up for KC, so let's look for a lefty. And I want to bring in somebody who could last. We'll bring in Grimm. Bob Grimm's going to enter the game. 8 innings pitched so far for him. A 6.75 ERA, 12 hits, 2 homers, 3 walks, 7 Ks. He'll deal 2 to Jesus. Strike out number 1 for Grimm. Looking very fine in his New York Yankee uniform there. Brett is 1 for 3. And that's going to be hit right to Franco for out number 2. Beltran is now 2 for 3. Had a homer earlier in the game. That's a foul ball. And he'll get to go again. 0-2 pitch. Jennings, long throw over to first to Napoli. Did he get it? He got it. Side retired, bottom of the 8th. It's 10-3. Ivan Rodriguez is 1 for 3. And he struck out K number 1 for Bud Black, who would go on and be a manager. Greer is 1 for 3. Grounded to the shortstop, Escobar over the first. 2 outs. Gonzalez is 307. And there's nobody on the bench who can hit lefties better, so we'll just keep him in. Ball 4, so Gonzalez aboard. Buddy Bell is 205. He hits lefties 300, or should. That's hit well to left. Piniella, though, will get to it. Side retired. We have played 8. And Kansas City leading by a touchdown. Chiefs over the Cowboys here. Lou Piniella is 1 for 4. Base hit for Piniella to get him to 2 for 5. Hal McRae, 2 for 3 on the day. Grounder to Jennings. Gets the force at second, but I don't know if he got the force at first. He did not. So there's 1 out, not 2. Campanella is 0 for 3. Well, now he's 1 for 4. Base hit for him. And we're not gonna contest McRae going the third. So let me see here. Has everybody had a hit? No, Graffinino and Escobar have not had hits yet. Neither has the Jesus, who came in the game. Graffinino is 0 for 4. Hit well to left. Greer going back, but he's got it at the warning track. And McRae will score to make it 11-3. So the Chiefs add a rouge. but unfortunately they do not play in the CFL. Escobar is 0 for 4. He'll try to get a hit. And he does, a base hit, which moves Campanella to third base. So you got two guys left who haven't gotten hits, David DeJesus and Graffinino. Offerman is 1 for 4. We'll leave Grimm in. That's a K. And the side finally retired for KC. They pick up a run, and it's 11 to 3. So Texas needs to get a touchdown and go for 2. We're looking at Michael Young. He hits lefties 322, so let's leave him in. DeJesus, a base hit. It's a base hit to right field. DeJesus scooped it up. Poor play by somebody. I didn't catch who. And Young is aboard. Bird, 292. Who's the best lefty we have? It's 293. It's Beniquez. Well, we'll bring him in. Juan Beniquez. His will be his first at bat all season. He's 0 for everything. And that's K number 2 for Bud Black. Napoli coming in. And again, this is a situation where we could bring in somebody. We're going to go with Ward, Gary Ward, who was 308 on the year, 8 for 26, no homers and 2 ribbies. Pitch. Grounder to the first base side, and something happened there to make that an out. It was Graffinino to Black. 3-1, put that in your score sheet. Huey Jennings is coming into this at bat 0 for 4. And this is to Escobar, and that's your game. So the Royals pounce on the Rangers early, and that holds up for an 11 to 3 win. Lee Brandt gets the win, 4-0. Howe will take the loss, 2-3. And your MVP was Carlos Beltran, who had the big shot. That pretty much put the game away in the third. It gave KC a 10-0 lead. So I hope you enjoyed today's broadcast here on the HTBL. We're going to do Montreal and Philadelphia tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until next time, plan is to do it tomorrow. Might not be tomorrow. Might be Thursday. I don't know yet. Until next time, Godspeed. God bless everybody. We're going to do it again real soon, whenever that may be. Bye-bye for now, everybody.